Drones are a booming business in Oklahoma. The emerging technology of unmanned aircraft promises economic opportunity, but also raises concerns about issues of privacy and public safety. Lawmakers are now looking at the potential impact of drones as they consider legislation to write new rules and regulations for unmanned aerial vehicles.
Students at Oklahoma State University are working hard to expand the potential of drones. Alyssa Avery hopes her master's thesis project will help to better predict Oklahoma's often volatile weather. Avery designed and built this drone to carry sensors that will monitor things such as wind speed, temperature, and atmospheric pressure.
The general idea is if you use unmanned aircraft where manned aircraft are too dangerous to fly, you can gather data that will later improve forecasts for severe weather.
Jamie Jacob is director of the Unmanned Research Institute at OSU.
Yeah, we've actually been using unmanned aircraft for about the last 20 to 25 years as an educational tool. Essentially having the students build aircraft as part of their design experience. That really gives them an idea about consequences during the design process that they make that may impact the aircraft.
Gary Ambrose with the Oklahoma State University Research Foundation says the future of unmanned aerial vehicles may seem like something out of the Jetsons.
The technology is just rapidly advancing, and it started with the internet and it's just still full speed ahead. So, you see large companies like Google and Amazon already delivering packages.
But the technology also carries risk. An interim study at the state capitol this week examined some of the opportunities and challenges presented by unmanned aircraft. State Forestry Director George Geisler told lawmakers drones may soon be put into use to help detect wildfires.
We've all heard about the old fire towers. Those were replaced by manned aircraft. Looking at drones going in the future, ships that are able to use high-resolution cameras and hover for very long periods of time, or something that is very exciting to us as far as detection goes.
The agency is also looking at using drones as a means of aerial firefighting.
When we're talking about that, I'm referring to the helicopters that you see dropping water. I'm referring to air tankers that are there. We're looking at the potential for drones being used to deliver that payload, whether it be retardant or water, instead of putting a human in the cockpit, because that's actually one of the most dangerous aspects of wildland firefighting.
But Geisler says drones can also pose a threat when they're in the same airspace as manned aircraft trying to fight wildfires. That's why the Forestry Division is promoting an If You Fly, We Can't informational campaign to educate the public about the potential dangers.
A drone can take down a helicopter. So basically there are some potential conflicts there that we operationally are extremely concerned about.
State Senator Frank Simpson, who requested the interim study, says there are also concerns about privacy and the rights of property owners.
That they not be subjected to intrusion into their property, but yet to the point where we do not limit the potential economic opportunities this offers the state of Oklahoma. This is a growing industry, and the potential for having a tremendous positive economic impact in Oklahoma is unlimited.
While the Federal Aviation Administration regulates airspace and the activities of unmanned aerial systems, University of Oklahoma law professor Stephen Henderson told the panel the agency is primarily a safety organization, which traditionally had no interest in protecting privacy, although there are signs that may be changing.
But unless and until it does, we should expect to see FAA regulations of drone flight become more relaxed over time. So in short, as things stand, Oklahomans are right to look to you, the Oklahoma legislature, to protect their privacy interests when it comes to drone flight, which means at the very least, I'd recommend you keep abreast of changes in the FAA rules, so as they relax, you might need to step in.
Oklahoma Aeronautics Commission Director Victor Byrd said questions such as who owns the airspace over private property will need to be resolved at the state level.
Determining how much air a landowner owns will not be easy. It will require a tough balancing act between privacy and property rights on one side, and First Amendment rights and innovation from an emerging industry on the other side. Failing to address this question will result in an uncertain environment that hinders the commercial applications of drones, the capital investment in the unmanned aircraft system industry, and therefore the very development of the industry.
Simpson anticipates introducing legislation to address some of those privacy issues when the legislature reconvenes in February.